Obviously, as FIDIC, a representative of FIDIC, we take a global perspective. We know that not all parts of the world are developing at the same speed at the same time. We know that there are challenges in Europe, but even Europe itself is going through different phases. The situation in Spain is completely different to the situation in Switzerland or in Scandinavia. But having just come back recently from some meetings where we looked at the global infrastructure investment market, we realised that over the coming years the amount of investment taking place in infrastructure is probably going to double over the next 10 years. There is a lot of money around, even though it may not seem that way. Money is available, it just needs to be harnessed the right way and invested in the right projects in the right way. That's where our industry can possibly help. So the big challenge for our industry, even though it's quite depressed in some countries, is that we may be facing a shortage, a global shortage of engineers, because the demand for infrastructure is still going up. My recommendation to engineering companies is to be aware of the issues affecting the industry, get involved with your member association. They're trying to improve things, they're doing lobbying, looking at understanding procurement here in Europe, the new procurement directives, etc. And possibly looking at diversifying, either collaborating with other firms for the national market, to mix skills up so that they can get more opportunities rather than just focus narrowly on their traditional work, and possibly looking at export markets, because this market more and more is becoming global, is becoming international, and more firms are looking at operating offshore where there are a lot of opportunities. Some of the key conclusions that emerged from that conference were that, as always, engineers are being asked to do more with less. So there's a compulsion to be more innovative, to look for new ways of preparing and implementing projects, new ways of using technology to improve design, integrate all the services required to design and implement the construction of projects. But also, what's coming out of this, there's a whole new series of risks emerging, risks that we don't fully understand. Innovation means doing things differently that haven't been tried before, and that means there are risks associated with that. So what we're trying to do is understand and manage those risks, provide guidance to the industry on what to look out for, how to deal with these sorts of issues. And we're also trying to address that through new forms of contract, which also look at the risks associated for the different parties in a contract. So this is keeping us fairly busy at the moment. It's understandable that most governments are there to look after the interests of their constituents, of their citizens. So they look for solutions which are normally short-term because of the political cycle. They need to be aware of the special services that are provided by consulting engineers. Consulting engineering associations need to find new ways of engaging with those governments to help them understand that they can assist them in making those decisions on investment, different types of investment, different types of financing opportunities, to find the best solution for that investment that's going to help the economy grow and also give opportunities for the industry to grow and diversify. It may mean that in some cases, depending where the finance is coming from, if it's not all national finance, that there's money coming from overseas, they should also be aware of international best practice. And those are the sorts of things that FIDIC and EFCA here in Europe are particularly looking at trying to do, to engage with the decision makers, the bureaucrats, to understand what best practice means in terms of getting the best advice through proper procurement procedures and helping to implement projects in a better way.